What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds Podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Kong to my Godzilla. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
Just amped up and ready to do this episode.
Hell yeah, man. Hope I don't fucking cough too much.
We'll see. That's what mute buttons are for.
Yeah. This episode, guys, is brought to you by Vicks VapoCool Severe Menthol Oral Anesthetic Max Strength Fast Relief Soothes Sore Throat Wintergreen flavor. They taste like shit, but boy, do they do the job.
Do code Two Worlds Podcast to check out for absolutely nothing off your order.
Go to Walmart and say Two Worlds Podcast sent me, and then put it next to the self-checkout, because you're not going to a real person. Just keep yelling that until the helper comes over and just like, it's $5.80, and then you go, no, Two Worlds Podcast, and sooner or later they'll feel uncomfortable enough to give you at least like 5% off.
Absolutely, they will. Trust us.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you had something you wanted to mention before we do the Madlib, so go for it.
Yeah, normally this would be the YouTube, baby, but it's a short episode this week. But I had a big Godzilla weekend. I saw -1, which is a new Godzilla movie by Toho. It's very, very good. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil it, because old Jakey Poo wants to see it still. But it's really close, I'd say, to being like a remake, basically, of 54. And it's still really good. If that tells you, because 54 is kind of like an untouchable movie. And this one does it really well. Just does things, like I said, very, very good. The special effects are great. And they do it all with like a $10 million budget, which is like, when you watch the movie, like, what the hell? Why are Marvel movies so expensive? Why is Avatar so expensive? But yeah, I mean, stuff looks great. The story itself was really good. There's certain things my brother saw it, and certain things where it's like, oh yeah, this is obviously going to happen. And there's no anything that happens. Like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Which is like, that's fine. Like, it's kind of like, that's like the one knock I give it, though. If I'm going to give it anything, where it's like stuff's really obvious, and that's exactly what happens. But it's like, I think I'd also be annoyed if they're like, nah, you thought that's what was going to happen, but really, he gave birth to a second Godzilla or whatever. Like, you're like, oh well, this is stupid now. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's really, really good. For the most part, the acting is really good, except for like the little kid, because it's like just a little kid, and every once in a while she'll cry out of nowhere, and you're like, that was kind of seemed a little silly at this point. At this part, like that's like one part where I was like, but for the most part, it was really, really good. And then I'm all caught up on the Monarch show, and that's a lot of fun too. I mean, my sister had watched it before me. She watched the first 2 episodes, and I asked her what she thought, and I kind of agree with her to a lesser extent, because she's like, I like it, but Wyatt Russell plays Kurt Russell younger in it, and I just don't like him very much. And I like Wyatt Russell, like in this, like as I was watching it, because I'd never seen him in anything really before this, and I enjoy him in this. But as soon as Kurt Russell appears, there is such a difference between the two. It's like, Wyatt's cool, but Kurt Russell's like, he has like just this like super charisma that you can't teach, that you're just born as Kurt Russell and you have this fucking charisma. And so like then it cuts back to Wyatt doing stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, you're not your dad, bud. You're not quite there yet. But other than that, I think like all of it's pretty cool. It does a lot of world building within the, that Godzilla universe stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And there's one funny part when they break Kurt Russell out of his like retirement home prison, and he gets in the car, and he's like, oh, where's the key? And like, where's the key going? They're like, it's push to start. He's like, what's that mean? And so then they're like, just put your foot on the brake, and they press the button really quick for him.
That's funny. I really need to watch it. Like I told you off air, I just kind of forget by the time it's a good time for me to watch a show, but I really do want to.
I mean, hell, you might enjoy it more when you get to binge it too, instead of having to wait. Because like now I'm like, I got caught up to it. Now I'm just like, maybe I'll rewatch some.
How many is it going to be?
I want to say it's 13.
Wow, that's longer than I thought.
I mean, it's gonna be 13 or 8. That seems to be like the going number, so it's one of the two, you know.
I would have guessed 10. So who knows?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, put your bets in, everybody, before you check. Is it 13, 8, or 10? And they're like, it's 52. You idiot.
Winner gets a signed copy of the Monarch DVD steel case from Casey.
I don't have one of those
yet.
I mean, I doubt Apple would make one of those.
Well, then you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Shall we do the Madlib?
Let's do the Mad Lib.
Now, guys, these do tend to get a little raunchy, and I know we don't always do them on the normal episode. So if if a raunchy Madlib's not your thing, then check the timestamps for the next segment.
And hey, I'll try to keep it nice and vapo cool for you.
All right. This one is a Scooby-Doo Madlib.
Oh, nice.
And it's called a packing list for your journey. So start us off with a plural noun.
Jizz.
Yep. I was like, please start off with something filthy. Noun.
Red Rocket. That was what I wanted to start off with, but I was like, I don't know if that can be plural.
Plural noun.
Jeeps.
The same plural noun. That's what it says.
Okay.
Jeeps.
Jeeps again.
Adjective.
Stinky.
That's the only one you get.
Damn it. I guess
Adjective.
I won't say stinky again. Smelly.
No.
Damn it. Big.
Adjective.
Horrendous. I really wish now I would have started with like a prostitute as my main thing. So I could have been like horrible, horrific, horticulturist. That was a Whitest Kids You Know sketch. I don't know if you remember that one.
I don't remember that one.
A pimp was at the hospital and he's like, oh, this is horrific. It's horrible. She was going to school to be a horticulturist.
A noun.
Prostitute.
A noun.
Soda.
Adverb.
Quickly.
Verb.
Jump.
Verb.
Fuck.
Person.
Jake.
I knew it. Okay, another adjective.
Millie. Let's go scrawny.
Verb.
Whacking it.
Adjective.
Oh, I had a good one just a little bit ago in my brain, but I forgot because I said scrawny and I was thinking of something else that would have been funny. I don't know. Scary.
Plural noun.
Balls.
Okay. A packing list for your journey. If you're going to head out on the road for a life of mystery and jizz, you'll definitely need a few things. First, you'll need a magnifying red rocket. You can't find tiny Jeeps unless you can see tiny Jeeps. That's so stupid.
Okay.
It's like, who's fucking making this list?
Yeah.
Shaggy's just taking a huge rip off a bong. He's like tiny jeeps.
Well, I mean, like, you can't find clues unless you can find clues. Like, that doesn't make sense with anything.
Agreed. All right. Second, you'll need bell-bottom jeans. All sleuths need to look stinky. And there's no better way than wearing big pants that flare out.
That's what I think, too. And I see someone with bell bottoms, like, they fucking smell so bad.
Ew, dirty hippies. You'll also need a horrendous gas can. The mystery machine is always running out of prostitutes, so you'll need a soda to quickly fill up. No detective can jump without a box of Scooby snacks. How else? Dude, every time I think I can do it, I can't. How else will you fuck Scooby or Jake if you don't offer them scrawny treats all the time?
I mean, it's true. That's how we became friends.
So gear up and get ready to whack it. A life full of mystery and scary balls awaits you. There you go.
So what's your favorite scrawny treat?
That dick. Just kidding. We shouldn't be this filthy. I'm so sorry, folks.
Yeah, your mom will, and my mom both repost this on Facebook. All of the church friends see this and they're like, oh, we aren't listening to this week.
Gosh, I really hope that none of them do. That would be absolutely horrendous.
I hope the pastor does. I think that'd be funny.
See, I would just feel bad for my mom.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna pray extra hard for your kids.
All right. On to the normal stuff of the episode. We've got Monday Night Football. Tonight, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati all day, baby.
Jacksonville.
Fuck the Jags.
No way. Love me some Jags. Second favorite team, baby.
Oh man, I can't stand them.
I don't really have a second favorite team.
Yeah. I thought your second favorite team was the Orioles. I know it's baseball. I'm just being funny.
What were you saying about who owns what?
Because I think the Jacksonville Jags is owned by old Tony Khan. I think like him and his dad own it. The guy that runs AEW, and he runs it so poorly. AEW so poorly. So I'm like, Jacksonville's got to be a terrible team.
It is owned by Shahid Khan.
Yeah, his son's Tony, and Tony is the guy that like. It's basically just like, you know, when there's like a rich kid and he buys like all of the toys. And he's like, "Oh, this is my federation. I'm just buying up all the toys, and then I make them fight, and then I don't actually do anything good with them." And you're like, they're like, "Oh, this is why people aren't watching it as much anymore." Okay, like you're really bad at your job, bud.
Well, back to football. The Jags are actually doing pretty well this year.
Oh, okay.
They got an 8-3 record.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But you know what eats Jaguars? Bengal Tigers, baby.
Well, here's the thing, though. Old Joey Burrs is out for the season. So,
oh, damn.
Yeah.
See, yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good, though, right?
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
remember people were hyping him up when he like posted pictures of him smoking a cigar. People were like, oh, he's going so hard. I'm like, don't sexualize him, guys. Come on.
Yeah, just let the man enjoy a cigar.
Yeah. Who cares? He's doing it with, he's just down in it. Like, there's barely any tips sticking out. Like, who cares, guys? Stop being weird. I just want to see one person, like one of these basketball players, like instead of doing like the I'm smoking to look cool, like they do like the old comedy bit, like they're wearing like a bowler, like like doing that like after they win. I think that'd be hilarious.
Maybe this week is the week.
Well, I mean, maybe if the Bucks go all the way, you get like Giannis doing like the oh I'm so cool one, and then like Robin Lopez behind him with the bowler hat. I could see him doing that.
Absolutely. I could see him wearing one unironically. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Trivia. All right.
Oh yeah.
Tonight, we got some special trivia where Casey and I both have questions that we're going to ask one another. You can go back and forth.
All right. Mine is from What Culture? It's DC Comics quiz. How well do you know the DC universe? I think it's going to be pretty easy. So, question 1, Jake. Who paralyzed Barbara Gordon?
I'm going to go with the Joker.
Okay, you don't want me to read the choices?
I don't think I need it
Okay.
there. Okay. And I've still got the 2 questions per card, so I'll go through both of them. What is the name of the force that gives the Silver Surfer his abilities?
What is that? Oh, I should know this.
You definitely should know this.
Yeah, is there choices? Because I know I'll know for sure if I hear it. Okay, then it's the power cosmic.
It is the power cosmic.
It just took a little bit.
And then Jason Macendale and Stephen Mark Levins were the first 2 men to assume the mantle of what Halloween-themed villain?
Oh, okay. I gave it away, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Jack-o'-lantern.
It is Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. I should have let that percolate a little bit too. My bad, guys. Okay. Where does Barry Allen keep his Flash costume? Inside a ring, inside his shoe, under his clothes, in his backpack.
In his ass. It's in a ring.
Oh. It doesn't tell me if these are right or not, even though like I know they are so far. But what supervillain is not a member of the Suicide Squad? Deadshot, Harley Quinn, the Joker, Rick Flag Jr. Yes.
All right. Next. What member of the Guardians of the Galaxy helps Thanos defeat the Beyonder?
I have no clue.
Well, you know members of the Guardians, so throw one out there.
Well, because like the Guardians I read, they never messed with the Beyonder, so I'm assuming that's the earlier Guardians, correct?
No.
Oh, it is? Okay, so I just didn't read these ones. Okay. So then I'm going to go Gamora.
Incorrect.
Moondragon?
Nope.
Okay, which one?
Star-Lord.
Ah, that little bitch. Okay.
And then the second question, true or false? A battle between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus leads to the tragic death of Gwen Stacy.
False.
False. Who is it?
Oh, it's Captain Stacy. I don't remember his first name. Captain Old Man Stacy.
No, you're wrong. It's not Doc Ock. It's what villain leads to the death of Gwen Stacy.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Misunderstood you. It was Green Goblin.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Okay. What weapon, besides his mind, does Lex Luthor traditionally wield? Would it be a kryptonite sword, a war suit, his guitar to do tasty licks with, or laser gun?
I believe it's a war suit.
That's what I was thinking too. What the hell? See, this is why I hate What Culture. Okay, there we go. The DC Comics logo stands for. Do you want to hear the choices? I mean, I know you know the answer.
I mean, just for the sake of hearing them, sure, let's do it.
Doorknob Comics, Doorbell Comics, Detective Comics, Dragon Ball Comics.
Is it door not? It's Detective Comics.
That's what really annoys me. It's like, we got these DC comics here. The DC the Detective Comics.
Yep. They didn't think that one through, but
Nope.
also I'm glad they didn't change it from Detective.
Yeah.
All right. Final two questions.
All right.
True or false? Mr. Immortal led a team known as the Great Lakes Avengers.
True.
It is true. And the last question, multiple choice if you need it. What Avenger foe created the Vision to fight the team before Vision eventually joined with them?
Ultron.
It is Ultron. Nicely done, man.
Thank you, sir. What is the name of the first Robin?
Dick Grayson.
Yes, sir. Before she joined the Suicide Squad, what was Harley Quinn's original profession?
She was a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum.
Yes, sir. See, like, before she joined the Suicide Squad, though, her profession was bad
Harley
guy
Quinn
with
and
the
the Joker.
Yeah. So it's like, it doesn't really work. It's not like they're like, hey, we're revoking your license to practice medicine, girl. But who killed Thomas and Martha Wayne?
Joe Chill.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm doing a very poor job of waiting a few seconds.
That's okay. I do too, man. Which one of these is not a DC comic character? Deathstroke, the Joker, Deadpool, or Harley Quinn?
Oh man, that is a tricky one. Is it Deadpool?
We'll find out. Be funny if like this doesn't actually show you the answers. It's just like, you finished the quiz. Good job. From which material is Batman's costume made? Would it be Kevlar titanium, Kevlar gold, titanium and steel, carbon fiber / gold?
My guess is the first one.
Mine too. I love the thought of him doing like, no, I wanted gold.
Yeah.
You scored 100.
Hey! I knew we had it in us.
That's not the only thing we have in us.
Heyo. Being silly?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On to the news.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I'll just start because I don't know. We got a lot of trailer news, so we'll talk about that, but my shit's not really that important. But Boys is getting a Spanish language spin-off. So that's interesting, I guess. It's always gonna be produced by Amazon still and stuff, but I don't know. I haven't heard much else about it besides that, but it's like, do we need it? Do we need a whole Boys universe, really?
Until it stops making money, they do.
Yeah. Because it's like I had no interest in the other spin-off show that they made, so I don't know about this one either.
You know, I hear it's pretty good.
I do too, but at the same time, I'm like, this universe is just such a fitty place. I don't really know if I want to spend more time in it. Like, it's fun, but I don't know if I want to spend more time in that shitbag universe.
I know. Hey, thanks.
What about you though? Like, are you? Because I know you didn't watch Gen V. You're not even caught up on the old boy verse, but are you like, give me some more boys? Like, if they're Spanish boys, like the Spanish young boys that I can watch. Is that what you're wanting?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
It's like you said, it's kind of a fucking bummer to watch that show. And I really, even if I have to sit and binge the season afterwards, I'm like, man, I need a break.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and that show for me hinges on how good old, Anthony Starr, Bones, and Dennis Quaid's kid is. It's like it's because they're great, and the rest of the cast is great. It's not so much like I really need more of this stuff. It's just like, yeah, I like the actors.
Yeah, same. The cast is great. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where like it's doing well for them, and they're like, shit, we got to pump it out while everyone's still talking about it. So
we got to Disneyfy this stuff and just milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah. All right. So Sonic 3, the movie, has begun filming and will release in 2024. This was strange. Like all the news sites were like, spoiler alert, Shadow the Hedgehog teased. It's like, yeah, he was the post-credit scene at the end of Sonic 2. I don't know why everyone's acting like that's a surprise. We all knew this already.
Yeah.
But the tease is just from the studio themselves, and it just shows Shadow's shoes. I don't know if you saw it, but
I did.
It's like, yeah, it looks cool. It looks just like his shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. But yeah, I'm excited, man. The only thing is like, I really want to know who's going to voice Shadow.
I thought that was announced too.
If it was, I missed it.
Because I thought it was someone, and I was like, maybe I just had like a fever dream about it. I'll Google it really quick.
Okay. I mean, not that it matters because, we had thoughts about, Idris Elba as Knuckles and, what's his name is Sonic, but
Benny Schwartz.
Yeah, Benny Schwartz, but all that turned out well. So, it's whatever.
My one thing, because like what I remember seeing, and like I said, this could have been just 100% like my brain making something up via lack of sleep, but it was someone that was like completely nothing like Ben Schwartz. I think it has to be someone similar to Ben Schwartz in voice. Like you can't get Idris Elba, like I'm just tossing it out there because he's completely opposite of Ben Schwartz as Shadow. Like you have to get someone that's like, like a raspier Benny Schwa. Get Ben Schwa twice, basically.
Well, okay, so they got the voice actor for Tails to do Tails. I think they should do the same for Shadow. I like the voice actor.
Should have done that for all of them.
I agree.
But yeah, no, I mean that would be great. Or I mean, just I'm trying to think of like funny, like good voice actors out there because like there's plenty of solid enough voice actors or just regular actors that are good, but that are similar enough to Sonic. That's the big thing. You can't be like, yeah, we're gonna get
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock or fucking
Chris
Darth
Pratt.
Vader. Oh, dude, Chris Pratt would be perfect.
I know. He's voicing everybody right now.
I know. Garfield even.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that trailer?
No.
Oh, dude, it looks like. How bad do you think it would be? A Garfield and new Garfield animated movie. It doesn't have to, even the fact that Chris Pratt's in it, because I don't think Chris Pratt's that bad.
Honestly, I don't think it would be bad if I'm being honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
See, I'm not a Garfield fan at all. So to me, I was expecting, oh, this will be bad. And I watched it. I'm like, boy, Casey, you're batting 1,000. This was really bad.
Really?
Yeah. What's hilarious though is Samuel Jackson plays Garfield's dad. And I'm like, I would just watch a movie where
wait, like Pratt, Sam Jackson voicing a character, yes, or it's Sam Jackson?
Oh, dude, that'd be so good. No, I was just thinking, like, how funny would it be if they made a movie where Samuel Jackson was Chris Pratt's dad, like long lost dad?
Yeah,
and like they go on an adventure together. I would be first in line at the movie theater. I'd be the only one in line because they'd be like, you don't need to wait in line. You have Fandango now.
Yeah, I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah,
like there was a like a 3D animated Garfield show on when we were younger. I don't think it was high school even, but I remember liking that show quite a bit. Yeah. But that's like the last Garfield thing that I have ever seen.
My nephew got really, for some reason, is like, because I think it's like a joke among youngsters now, and I'm too old to understand, where they like Garfield. and he really got into Garfield Kart, which is a game on Steam that you can download, and he plays the shit out of that. And I'm like, I don't get it, bud. I don't get it at all. But then like he loves Neon Genesis Evangelion, that shit. And weirdly
That's
enough,
one that I don't get, but go on.
no, this you're going to even get this less. Weirdly enough, they have shirts, okay? Because I bought them for him last year, where it's Garfield mashed with Neon Evangelion. I got him a few.
I gotta look at this.
I'm just like, how did they just make stuff specifically for you, bud? Like, I don't get this. Yeah, because like it was like on TeePublic, I think I bought like a bunch of different random weird ass Garfield related shirts, and there was a couple Evangelion ones, and then there was like one also where it was just like just a weird Garfield meme one. I'm like, yeah, Dom's gonna like this. This is weird as hell too.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just too old.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Like that's kind of what
even
I mean.
Even when you Google it, the first thing that pops up is Reddit, and someone's like, "What's the connection between Neon Genesis and Garfield?"
Yeah, I don't know, man, but it's a thing. Excuse me. Try to get the mute, but I didn't get it in time.
Yeah, I just okay, whatever. I'm gonna quit trying to like deep dive into this because I don't get it.
Yeah, but I'll mention something really quick. We get Logan star Daphne Keene is going to be reportedly in Deadpool 3. She played X-23 in the last movie. Should be cool. I mean, they're going to have to recast X-23 when they actually do like a proper MCU X-23 because she's just, you know, at this point probably aged out of it because that movie was like, what, 30 years ago at this point because we're old. But yeah, I mean, we don't understand the wonders of Garfield, so it's clear it's a old-ass movie.
Right. Dude, Daphne Keene is 18.
Okay. So yeah, by the time Deadpool comes out, she'll be, 42 because this movie's going to take forever. And then by the time they start the MCU stuff up, she'll be 87. We'll be dead in the ground.
Logan came out in 2017. I thought it was before that.
Me too.
Oh, okay. At this point, who's not showing up in Deadpool 3?
Yeah, I mean, if you go by the rumors and then the confirmed, it's like, oh yeah, you've been a superhero movie in the past 80 years? Boy, you're going to be in this one too.
Except for Stan Lee.
Yeah. Now he might. You don't know.
We don't know.
They could deep fake him like Flash probably wanted to.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Some comic news. Elijah Wood, actor, DJ, Hobbit, is launching an imprint through Oni Press called High Strangeness, and it's going to focus on paranormal comics. They say that they're trying to rival what Vertigo was in its heyday, and it's going to supposed to launch in 2025. So honestly, I think that's pretty neat. We'll see what comes out. I don't really read too many paranormal comics, but I'm not opposed to it if the team is good. So, yeah. We'll see. What about you, man? What do you think about all that?
I mean, you know me, I love weird shit. So I'm all about it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I hope that it's not Young Animal by Gerard Way 2.0.
Yeah.
We'll see. Also, I heard that DC is thinking about bringing back Vertigo, even though they officially canned it. So, I don't know.
I don't think DC knows what the hell it's doing either.
I don't either. I never wanted Vertigo to go away because I love those comics. Yeah. So, I don't know.
All right. Do you want to talk about the Fallout one first, or do you want to talk about the other? Okay.
So we got a trailer for the Fallout show, which is coming out through Prime. Did you watch it?
I did before when I was waiting for us to get on. I gave it a watch.
Yeah. Honestly, looks pretty good.
I thought so. I wasn't too impressed. I thought it looked way too clean. Like, and those games were grimy as shit, And like, True. This is like this just looks like the very much polished version of that, and not the good ways, you know. And there's
See, I don't know if I agree because I think the stuff that we see that's clean is like them in their vault that's been closed off to just them for a while, and also the
even the
destroyer.
radiated boy though, he looked pretty, like he looked pretty compared to what they look like in the game.
True. Or even like the armor, it's like when they're first introduced and haven't seen any shit
Yeah.
yet. So it's like, I don't know. I think we should just wait and see.
No, I mean I do too. I'm also not the target audience because like I like those games, but I'm not obsessed with them like a lot of the people that play them. But I will say like I think they did too much with the trailers because I remember those game trailers are so much cooler than that because it's just the old timey music and then you just see the person and the things and then like and then with this they kind of like show a lot and it's like this is a teaser trailer, boys. Just show the guy in the cool suit and play the old timey music and show destruction. That's all you
Yeah,
need. That
I
would have got
agree.
people way more hyped. But I still think it could be really good. I mean, like, there's no part of me that's going like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we also got some posters and then a trailer for Godzilla X Kong. What'd you think, bud?
Dude, that trailer is fucking bonkers.
It's so dumb.
It's
So
the
dumb.
it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I will be in that theater for it.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm going to be at the IMAX sitting center stage watching that, but oh my God, it's so dumb. And the trailer is so bad because it's like, it starts with the hand, and I was like, oh, this like because when I clicked on it, I'm like, oh, this is a fucking stupid ass like when they would make those fake trailers, you know? And I'm like, oh, it's a Transformers hand because that's what it looked like. And then I found out that no, this is real. This
Yeah.
is, and like you keep watching, like, oh yeah, no, this is. I guess this is real. Holy crap!
Yeah. The the baby Kong, they went the Manila route, but with Kong instead.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a little orangutan.
he is. But the scene that everyone's talking about, it's the one where they're running side by side towards whoever the bad guy is.
Oh,
My,
dude, really quick, not to interrupt you, I apologize. Could you take my face, put it on Kong's, your face, put on Godzilla's? That be our out artwork for this episode?
yeah, let me make a note
Cool.
right now.
Because I mean, that just seems too perfect to me.
Um, my question is, I have two questions, and I just don't know if you know.
All right.
One, what's with the pink on Godzilla? Is it a different kind of breath? Is it because he's down in that, under the earth area? What's going on there?
So I don't know. My guess is it's because like you see him first off in that frozen state. So I'm assuming he's probably it's like he went to take a sleep because like in the uh book things like the way they wrote in like I don't know the novelization, that's the word I was looking for. They talk about like how the stuff Godzilla was doing between King of the Monsters and the Godzilla versus Kong. He was putting all the other monsters to sleep because if the Titans are all awake, they're eating up all of the nuclear radiation and shit, and they're gonna be doing all this stuff. So he puts them to sleep so they don't have to. So he might have been in his own sleep, and so he's gonna be more depowered because like otherwise it's like, oh yeah, this big nuclear lizard is gonna easily kill another angry monkey again. Like so this way it'll have him weaker to make it a fairer fight type of thing. That's
Yeah.
my guess, but I really don't know. He looks cool.
He looks super cool.
It's a good way to sell more toys.
To you.
Yeah.
Okay. Question two. What is the Infinity Gauntlet looking thing that Kong's got on?
I mean, I'm assuming it's Bumblebee's hand, but that's my first guess. Now, I think it's got to be something that
Like make him punch harder?
yeah, it's gonna be something Monarchs made because like, so this is something I don't know if you remember because you probably weren't paying as close of attention as I was, but like early on before COVID, when the Kong Godzilla versus Kong stuff was first coming out, they had toy drops that were like oh, these are spoiler toy drops, and there was Godzilla battle armor toy drop, and then that never got brought up in the movie again because they did so many fucking reshoots. So I'm assuming this is probably like something that Wingard was like, I'm just gonna do it for this one then, but we'll do it with Kong instead.
Yeah,
That's my,
fair enough.
that's my thought.
I think that makes sense. Either way, it's stupid and awesome, and I can't wait.
I mean, the next one's gonna like. I kind of hope by the next one that they do, it's not another Kong and Godzilla team up. Like I kind of, it's like, it's getting a little bit much. Like I would prefer just like a separate Kong, separate, Godzilla movie. But if they do keep them together, I hope they get a car in the next one.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, Casey did not get his comics despite me sending them like a week and a half ago. So he's got something planned he's going to talk about. I'll briefly talk about my comics. And, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So the books I read this week: Action Comics 1059, Alan Scott Green Lantern 2, Savage Red Sonja 2, Conan the Barbarian 5, Moon Knight 29, and Green Arrow 6. So I'll start off with Alan Scott Green Lantern number 2. It's written by Timmy Shares with art by Sion Tormey. It was all right. It was all right. So essentially, Alan checks himself into Arkham Asylum because he's going through a conversion to make himself normal again. And then he meets like a trans person in there who he becomes friends with. And they get into like a heated argument. And then something bad happens to the friend before Alan could essentially make up for the argument. And then all hell breaks loose. And I don't really know how else to say it other than that. So, I don't know. This book isn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I mean that for like the series in general. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just I just don't know what's going on quite yet. Because I think it's like very different from the first issue even. So I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you think about it, man.
Yeah. Timmy Shares tweeted something I want to get your opinion on. He's like, I get asked this all the time, who I would cast to be Alan Scott in live action. My top two picks, Bomber and Murray Bartlett. So I've never seen like Murray Bartlett. I don't know who he is, but I guess he's an Australian actor. And we both have a love for Matt Bomber. So I don't know if you had an opinion on either of them being Alan Scott or not.
I had to look up Murray Bartlett. You know, handsome older gentleman. I'm sure he'd make a good Alan Scott. I love me some Matt Bomber. So if that came out as an announcement, I would be thrilled.
My one knock, I like this other guy I don't have as much, like neither of us have as much connection with, obviously, but with Matt, I don't think I can like Alan Scott to me has to be blonde. Like that's just kind of like I don't know if I would like to see Matt blonde.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like that's just weird.
Yeah. He's too darn handsome with dark hair.
Yeah. The blonde, I don't know if the blonde would work.
Agreed. Interesting. I like that tweet from him though, that he shared that.
Yeah.
I'm probably at like a 6.5 on that one.
Okay.
Moving on. Savage Red Sonja number 2. Look how good this cover is.
That is crazy.
Cover and writing done by Dan Benosian with art by Alessio Patillo. I hate the art in this book.
Yeah.
I showed you the cover. Here's the interiors, Casey.
Yeah. It's kind
That's
of a
what you
bait and
get.
switch.
That's what you get. And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Story is fine. But then I get this.
Ooh, yeah. That one's really rough.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe one more issue. The story's really got to pick up. I
Yeah.
can deal with an okay story if the art's good. I just don't know about this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
Then we've got Conan the Barbarian number 5. It's written by Jim Zub with art by Doug Braithwaite. This one's pretty good. The art's really good. It's like the opposite. Story is kind of okay. Essentially, Conan's just like working freelance for this thief, and Conan sort of goes along with the group to be the muscle. And they break into this palace, and their lockpick guy opens up the little box, and there's this black like obsidian stone inside etched with these runes that Conan recognizes, and it belongs to some like necromancer dude. And Conan's like, we should not be touching this. And the guy's like, no, it's fine. And he picks it up and like a bunch of undead like pop up, and that's how it ends. So like that's pretty cool. I think the next issue will be better because it's going to be Conan like decapitating a bunch of zombies, and that is fun. But this one, it was all right. I'm going to give it a 7.
It starts off sounding kind of like a D&D campaign where like one person's played the campaign a lot and the rest of the people are like new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. That's a great comparison.
Which, I mean, that sounds up your alley in all fairness.
Yeah,
but...
no, I know it. Like I said, it's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
totally fine. All right, next we've got Green Arrow number 6. I picked up the Chris Samney variant because look at that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Green Arrow, and I even like that.
This one, it's written by Joshua Williamson, and then the art is done by Sean Izaakse, Phil Hester, and Trevor Hairsine. And I like this book, man. We finally figure out who Old Man Ollie is from the future. Surprise, it's not really a future Ollie. It's shit. Hold on, what's his name? Merlin. Obviously, It's Merlin. Yeah. But Merlin looks pretty cool. And is still trying to kill Ollie. But finally, Leon and Connor find Ollie in the timeline and save him from getting shot by Merlin. And then they end up back in the real world. And there's like this nice reunion with Black Canary and all that. Then Leon's like, hey, wait a second. Where's my dad at? And it cuts to Roy and Cheshire infiltrating Amanda Waller's like hidden base. I don't really know what they're doing there. But then they get in there and Waller and Peacemaker just like light both of them up with pistols.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And they both fall down. And Waller's like, I did not want to be found. And now no one will ever find you. And then it's like, to be continued. It's like, damn. But it says to be continued in The Hunt for Arsenal. It's like, well, fuck. The first 5 issues were the hunt for Green Arrow. Now they're hunting down Arsenal. So it's fun, though. I like this book. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It might be the pick of the week.
Right on.
Then we've got Action Comics 1059. It's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Eddie Barrows and Eber Ferreira. And I won't say too much because I know Casey wants to read it. But, Blue Earth is like replicating Kryptonian powers and giving it to people. And those people are trying to destroy the city, but make it look like the super family's doing it. And then Blue Earth comes in and cleans everything up. And look how great Blue Earth is compared to the Superman family. So, we know what's going on there. What I really liked about this issue, though, and the cover shows it too, is they give Superman this like steel armor and a sword,
Nice.
and he just looks fucking cool in it, man. And he wears it for several pages of the book too. But yeah, anyway, some weird stuff happens with one of the twins as well in this. I'm excited to see what happens there. It's a bit of a callback to that Superman and the Authority mini series that we read like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that kind of come full circle. But then we get a Superman of China story by Gene Lang, which is Gene Yang, I'm sorry, and art by Victor Bogdanovich. And that's all right too. It's sort of just like Keenan kind of going from being Superman of China to joining Superman and the family. But there's some fun stuff with like the Batman of China in there too. That I don't know, it's a good time. I think you'll like it, Casey.
Yeah, I'm excited for that because that's a character I liked, but they kind of got their series canceled, so we don't get much more of until now.
Yeah, agreed. And then the last part of the issue is a John Kent story. It's written by Dan Parent with art by Marguerite Savage. Art's really good. This story just wasn't for me. It's a really big like John and his partner story, and man, I just don't care. Like that's just all there is to it.
It doesn't help that the pink haired dude is just like all of his personality is in his hair.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just such a lame character.
Yeah,
like that's when they did that one issue where it was like the dude with the leather jacket that was like hitting on John hard. It was like, oh yeah, you have more chemistry with John than pink haired dude has.
Absolutely.
This whole time.
I liked that character.
Yeah. So it's just not a good. It's not good. Not a well written character in my opinion.
Yeah. And I don't think this backup will sway your mind any.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, like I said, art's good in that. And overall, I like this issue. According to Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So I'm still gonna give it probably a 9. I mean, it was definitely one of the better issues that I read this week. And I think you'll like it too, Casey.
Let us know down below if we're wrong. If you think we're wrong about pink haired kid, or if you're team flaming leather jacket boy.
I know which team I'm on. Give me that leather jacket.
Okay, so since I didn't get my comics, I
got one more.
Left.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
All good. Moon Knight 29. It's written by Jed McKay with art by Federico Sabatini. This issue is awesome, dude. It's just like each member of Moon Knight's team fighting one member of fucking Black Spectre's team. And the art's fucking good. And I like how everyone interacts with everybody. Reese gets a really cool moment. That's like Mark's vampire friend that runs the Midnight Mission. She gets a really cool fight against Zodiac. He's just talking all this shit. And then Reese gets to show the turning into mist move that Blade showed her. And then the Midnight Mission just swallows up Zodiac. It's like, fuck yeah, I love that. But then there's a little twist at the end. Black Spectre, turns out there are 2 of them. And one person that Mark thought died, Plesko, he was in one of the other issues. We thought he got assassinated by Spectre's men. Pulls off his mask and it's Plesko. So he planted a double somewhere or something. I don't know. It was the last page, so I bet we'll get an explanation next. But I think next issue is like the death of Moon Knight. And also Plesko puts like 8 bullets in him at the end of this. So
Damn.
yeah, I don't know, man. This one was really cool. I'm going to give it a 9, and it's right up there with Green Arrow for pick of the week for me.
Right on, buddy. So, like, the cough is coming back really, really bad. So, right as I'm about to talk, this is perfect. But yeah, so Snarlagon, I decided I got this a while back. I haven't read it, but I was like, I'll read it now. And this is all by Andrew McLean. And hold on one sec. Oh man, I should have started off and let Jake take over after I talked about Snarlagon. But yeah, the art in this is really great.
I love that.
Yeah, and the story itself is very much, it's less Godzilla and more 50s monster movie. I'm dying here, fighting for my life, but it's still really good. Like I said, you're paying for this art.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I love Snarlagon's design. The little monster guys' designs are more like Scrub and Bubbles baddies. You know, like that's what it's more than.
Yeah. I was like, oh, who's the ladybug guy? But the Scrub and Bubbles is definitely way more accurate.
Yeah, and so that's fun. But the story itself is just kind of a fun, good little time. And if you like McLean's art, you'd really enjoy this. I'm dying. But yeah, so this was $10. You get like a kind of thicker book stock. The I don't really like how it's like this though. Like it's not going to be able to be stored very well.
So is it like a magazine?
Pretty much, it's kind of like a script. Like that's how how it feels, and I think that's what he was going for. But yeah, it's like it's a really quick read. It's enjoyable.
I'm sorry, man. I should have let you go first.
I know. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I was doing so good. I still have my damn Vicks Vapo Cool in there, and it's just like your time's up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go 7.5. I enjoyed it, but I pay, like I said, $10. It doesn't feel like it's a $10 book. I didn't get a lot of story there. You're really just getting Andrew McLean's art, and I'm not as big a fan of the the 1950s Americanized monster movies as I am just the Godzilla, Gamera, that type of stuff. So it wasn't as much for me, even though there was a lot of like allusions to Gamera. It still just wasn't as much. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to.
I gotcha. I'm hoping that even though it was a Kickstarter thing, it does become available at some point, or I'll see him at a con and pick it up then.
Yeah.
But he needs to come back to C2, man, because he wasn't there last year.
Yeah.
I'm excited for I'll go Sonic. Then there's a Red Sonja one shot coming out, probably that one. And then I'm gonna say the Hellboy Winter Special Yule Cat, because that looked pretty fun.
I'm gonna say Alpha Flight, The Nasty, and I guess I just gotta go with Shazam. I forgot to put Transformers on my list. I just noticed.
Well, I've already mailed your shit, man.
Well, damn. Sorry, bud.
Shoot me a text tomorrow so I will pull one, because I've been selling out of that.
Oh, cool.
I thought for sure you were going to say Batman Santa Claus.
Nope. Sorry. But we had our Spotify wrap this week, and we learned a lot of things about ourselves, that Jake doesn't listen to our podcast as much as he listens to Testing Room, and that I listen to way too much Weezer. But
it's not fair. It's not fair to say I don't listen to this podcast. All right. I
say just not as much. I said you listen to it. That's your number 2. But it should be your number 1.
If post-production counted, Casey, I'd be up there.
Okay, buddy. But give me 4 creators who would be like just comic book creators that would be on your Spotify wrap for the year. And like just what you would assume. Because like you knew for a fact that, I don't know, like Hot Mulligan was going to be on your Spotify wrap because you listen to it all the time. Like I knew Weezer was going to be on mine.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Man. I feel like Williamson's probably up there, right? Like we
Yeah, I had
pretty
him
much
on.
read everything
Yeah.
he does. Even though I mean, again, it would be higher on your list. He would be higher on your list than
I don't
mine.
know, man, because for this year, like it'd probably be similar because you read Green Arrow. I don't read Green Arrow, but I read Dark Red.
Dark Red, yeah.
So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Probably Torrin Groenbeck because I was reading her Thor, and then I switched and read all of her Red Sonja as well.
Okay.
Trying to think if there's anybody here that I'm missing. Oh, Jed McKay, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Strange and Moon Knight. And I didn't continue with Avengers, but I read the first couple. And then, gosh, who's one more? Is there one that I'm just like?
Yeah, there's one that you're not thinking of.
Yeah, who is it?
Phil Kenny Johnson.
Yeah, okay, Phil Kenny Johnson for sure.
Yeah, I got Josh Williamson, Michael Rosenberg, Mark Waid, and Phil Kenny Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah,
because like Rosenberg did a bunch this year, if I remember right, and then Mark Waid's doing 3 books that I'm reading, and then Phil Kenny Johnson just seems to be like, hitting out bangers constantly. So
yeah. Which of those do you think would be your number one?
I guess would be my gut saying Williamson, but I also had Zdarsky on there too. But like since I stopped reading Batman, I was like, well, I guess he's not on there anymore. But
yeah, I think mine would probably be Jed.
Yeah,
I think he's just put out more books than Williamson has. So, all right, guys. Well, I believe that brings us to the end of the episode. So we'll do our closing plugs. If you would, head on over to facebook.com/twoworldspodcast and give the page a like. You can also listen to us. Geez, listen to me. I don't even know what I'm saying. You can listen to us over on YouTube, right? We have a YouTube channel.
You can also watch me as I try to turn my mic off and I cough.
Yeah.
You can watch that, but like muted.
You can. That's Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube. But you can also follow us on Twitter or X at 2_worlds_PC and follow us on Instagram at 2worldspod. Also, guys, a couple days ago, we released our latest anime boys. We watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the first 6 episodes. So if you want to hear us talk about JoJo and whether or not we liked it, that's available wherever you listen to us normally.
Yeah. And leave us a comment down below. Let us know, how much you love this podcast and what's a good way to get rid of a bad cough, because I'm getting fucking tired of it, guys.
All right, guys, we'd love to stay in chat, but we have to line up and run toward our enemy with infinity gauntlets and pink in our hair. We'll see you next time.
Ooh,
Bye.
Jake, really quick. When we go see the movie, will you dye your hair pink and will I put on can I just get a fucking bumblebee toy and put my hand through it?
Sure, why not?
Cool.
Why not? Bye, guys.
Bye.